Good morning, Rise of Kingdoms fans. Here we are. Today is Memorial Day in the States. Thank you to all those who have family members who have served this country and perished in the fight to defend our freedom. But that means I get a day off on a Monday and a 3-day weekend. So here we are doing a morning coffee spectate KvK stream. Welcome guys, Tesh, Madmania, Anomaly. Johnny's on the spot this morning, showing up bright and early. Although it might not be early where you are, but it is what it is. If you guys haven't seen, I put a video out this morning with just a quick 3-minute video. Nothing fancy. No crazy editing going on there. Just going through the reports from our testing yesterday. Hey, Scar, good morning. So if you want to see some reports with Dito Hera, Dito whoever, against infantry, cavalry, that's the place to go. It's a quickie, a 3-minute quickie. Although 3 minutes is a lot longer than my wife gets, but hey, it is what it is, right? Running on 0 sleep, might crash soon. No problem, Tesh. You know, you do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. Looks like 365 is up and at it this morning, although it is 9:43 p.m. in South Korea. So this should be their uptime. Looks like they're pushing and burning some flags. Let me get our poll up here quickly. Yes, I know my stone is looking low. It's below 20 billion. I'm working on it, my friend. I'm working on it. I got 4 farms gathering gold, 2 farms gathering stone, and 2 more farms gathering food and wood. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We did get the KvK pop-up for Heroic Anthem or Siege of Orleans. Our leadership group is currently discussing if we want to go into this Heroic Anthem or roll the dice and see what pops up on the next offering. I think that the majority of us are leaning towards going in right away, although we did just get a couple new migrants in yesterday. Yesterday we got... where are we? I think Crimix came in yesterday, right? 85 million, 4.5 million billion kill points, 30 million deads. Meow is new also, 74, 1.8, 22. Who else? I swear I gave, yeah, here. 85, nearly 4 billion and 27 million deads. So we are stacked. We are stacked now. That said, several of those folks just migrated here, so I'm sure they are low on resources. I was giving out some resources yesterday just to help them, be able to train some troops, but we will see. We will certainly see. But as you can see, we're not recruiting douchebags, right? We're recruiting some serious fighters into the kingdom. So we will be stacked rolling into this next HA. And when I say serious fighters, I'm not talking like 60 GT, 20 billion kill points each, but When you can recruit people, a good number of people that have over 20 million deads and, between 3 and 8 billion kill points apiece, that's what I call quality. Let me just see if we can post this on several other Discords. Maybe get some more people in here to do some conversating with us early in the morning. We posted on Beasts. Let's go over to Plato's. And now the official Rise of Kingdoms Discord. If I can remember partner promos. No, where do I post this? Media chat. That's it. Media chat. I woke up this morning to a email from Lilith, right? I don't know if you all got this one. In Season 7 of Osiris League, all battles starting from the qualifiers will be held in Raging Sands. We knew this. To ensure fairness, we have made the following adjustments to the spectator system. The spectator system will temporarily be disabled during the qualifiers. That means none of the matches can be cast unless you're watching the official live broadcast on YouTube. So the in-game spectator system will be disabled during the playoffs. You may watch the live broadcast on YouTube. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Thank you for supporting right. At least give me some fucking gems with this. Give me 10 gems with this shitty announcement. I was planning to do some art casting this league, but hey, I guess we won't be. And I doubt I will ever be sponsored by Lilith, because I cuss and swear way too much for them, I'm sure. But that kind of sucks. So there's maybe, during the qualifiers, it doesn't sound like anybody's going to be casting. During the playoffs, it sounds like only official Rise of Kingdoms approved casts will be taking place. So, what does that mean? That means, no spectators, no spotters in matches. Okay, I can deal with that. But that also means that, half of the fun of Osiris League was scouting your opponent, was watching as many matches as you could to try and come up with a strategy to counter what they were showing that they did in their matches. Having audibles ready to go on the fly if they did something different. The fact that nobody can do that now, the fact that we can't stream and we can't watch matches as they're taking place is no bueno. I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that. Captain Stinkfuss, Chilsy, good morning. I'm not one of the content creators that has ever historically streamed League, but there are content creators out there who that's the main thing that they are known for is streaming League matches, and it's got to be a kick in the ass for them. I was going to dip my toes into the pool this season and stream some matches here and there, but yeah. Oh well. Maybe we'll just do a watch party and we'll just keep refreshing the scoreboard and watch the scores go up and down. I don't freaking know. In any case, it's kind of senseless to scroll out and view the map here. Nobody's made much progress over the last 24 hours, but it looks like JST is, or not JST, 1365 is trying to burn some shit during their uptime. Morning, Mr. Weedy. Hey, Nemesis. Good to see ya. First time in chat, I believe. Welcome. So, yeah, I guess. Okay. So, yeah, if you've been watching this KvK, we've got the wall of forts here on both sides. We've got the wall of forts here on both sides. I think when Pass 5 initially opened, The 254 and their allies got off to a slow start because 302 couldn't get through the pass. 846 was hitting all the marches from 302 that were trying to take the pass. So it took them 10 minutes to even get into this zone. Once they did, they established a beachhead up top here, and they, pushed out the 365 forts that were building down by this level 6 pass. And the trenches are kind of drawn. There's a line of forts here that 1254 and their allies have. There's a line of forts here that 846, 365 have, and pretty much the same on the other side. We got a diagonal line of forts that 1254 and 1525 have going on here. We got another line of forts here that 365 and 1945 have here. So it's kind of been during everybody's uptime, they'll push, burn a couple things, and then during their downtime, they'll get pushed and burn a couple things. I don't think these lines are going to go very far in the next few days. Everybody's going to get into Kingsland, and we're going to see a hell of a fight in Kingsland. And that said, I lost my place on the map where the fighting was taking place. Innocent boy, hello. I see all these forts. That's a really good reason for Warriors Unbound. Yeah, the 2 Warriors Unbound, though, I mean, they lasted, 2 days? 2489 kind of fell back into their starting zone after, fighting with 1960 in the open field for 2 days. And 1307 kind of got, for lack of a better term, destroyed by 1093. Maybe they're just doing a strategical retreat and, saving resources, saving speed ups, whatever, for Kingsland. But there we go. That's where we were. It's like World War I, right? Where you advance 18 inches and then you're sitting there for 2 months and then you advance 18 more inches. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I agree. They got to do something with these maps. These, it makes for a rather, I mean, it's been fun to watch, don't get me wrong, but, I want to see flags burning. I want to see forts falling. I want to see flags falling. I want to see some advanced strategy, things like that, not just the open field fighting for weeks on end because you can't get past the fort wall. But that's just me. Looks like JST is balling up here. We'll do it. We'll go real quick. We'll go real quick through our testing yesterday with Dito in the level 1 pass. Level 1 pass, you don't get dead, so we were doing some rallies. First handful of rallies was against Tariq Pakal. Dito Hera wins. Dito ZL wins. Dito Henry wins. Dito Amanatory wins. Dito Hera was the best. Dito Artie wins. And even Dito YSS wins. Then we switched up to Tariq Sargon and same results. Dito Hera wins. Dito ZL wins. Even Dito Theo wins, right? So then we did Nevsky Joan. Dito Hera beat Nevsky Joan, just barely, but they did. Then we did odd combination, Nevsky Mina. So Dito Hera lost to Nevsky Mina. It was close, but they still lost, right? Next one was rather dominating. XY Nevsky absolutely crushed Dito Hera. Attila Nevsky lost. We didn't even finish that rally. And Dito Hera got destroyed by Bertrand Nevsky. So Bertrand may have found his place in the game now with the introduction of Dito. Then we tried an Amanatory Dito just to see if it did any better, and it did not against XY Nevsky. So that was our pass testing yesterday, level 1 pass testing. Took about 3 hours. It was a fun time, but everyone on voice was rather burned out at the end of that. So we will potentially do some more testing, maybe some swarm testing in the Ark of Osiris practice match. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow in the near future. The only thing I want to see is Justin down to 200 million power by the end of KvK. Yeah, I don't know what he's at right now. That's what it looks like, Tash. That's what it looks like. You know, but again, you rally with XY Nevsky, you're taking the chance that the enemy's going to swarm your rally down. You know, so it's one of those where you are you going to risk it for the biscuit? Do you have control of the whole field? I think Bertrand Nevsky's a little bit more anti-swarm, but how many people actually have birdie completed? I know I don't. I'm like 2111. And I'm going to get confused here. We have Tash and Tash. So forgive me if I am glancing over to read a comment and say the wrong name, gentlemen. Let's see if we can... is he in Smash Squad or TR? If I pass him, yell. Alright, I just want to mark this because there's so many forts here I get confused. Tash Point, get a new name, please. All right, where's a SW? Here's an SW. There's Yoda, 1.2. So he was at one. He's down what? 500, 520, 530 million power. 154 million deads. At least 3.5, 4 billion kill points, roughly. Yoda's been putting in some work. My game name was inspired by the great Tosh O'Daniel. Tosh? No clue who that is. Yeah, power. You're absolutely right. Power means nothing. It's your willingness to lose power to kill your troops off. That is more important. I mean, we've seen plenty of very, very high power players that do absolutely nothing. I think there are some players that are the exception to the rule. Players like MF, Yoda, even Baba. You know, if they're willing to kill troops and do whatever it takes, then power is everything. Just more troops, more troops, more troops. Being able to teleport off territory and sit there and not get rallied. You know, there are certain players, I won't name names. You'll see in chat though. That have multiple accounts with lots and lots of power that don't do half as much as some of these guys do on their own. Yeah, Makote, not even close, man. Makote entered KvK at 500 million power, dropped down to 100 million power, trained back up to 300 million power. Now I think last I saw he's back down to 120 million power. Yeah, Makote is one of the rare ones out there, right? I mean, I hate being at 184 million power, but we didn't get any fights our last KvK. The enemy literally ran from us. Hell, they didn't even kill AFK troops at the Shrine of Ra or Font of Ra. They did not fight us at all. I was lucky to get 700,000 kill points. Or kills. All the deads I got were from swarming rogue players in our own kingdom and one enemy city. And that was only 175,000 deads, so. That's some work, yeah. Especially at like 40 million. That's some work. I like to be the sweet spot for me is I think that 130 to 150 range where I have enough troops that I don't have to heal troops during Ark of Osiris. I have enough troops on the battlefield where I can do what I want, whether it be random teleporting, swarming, etc. I mean, I guess you go over 150 million, you still only count as 150 million in matchmaking, but we've got a handful of players now that are over that 150 million threshold. Well, MF is MF, right? But Mavic 189, Resurgence 175. I'm at 184. Stitches at 163. Keratom's at 175. So we've got a handful of players that are over that 150 million threshold that. All of us, I think, would like to be a little bit below that. I'm curious. I want to see what our alliance kills. Oh, nice. We're up to 156 billion. 156 billion for a kingdom and a D seed with only about 8 billion power, and that 8 billion power consists of mainly 35 plus 8, 43, about roughly 45 people. Because all of these are farms. All of these are farms. All these in R2 and are farms. I don't know you. So I think we're alright. We're doing alright. I'm only at 81. That's why I only use 25% expansion during Ark of Osiris. Which reminds me, thank you. Just real quick. Why is this not... Sorry, we just got a few recruits in last night, so I need to make sure that they have the opportunity to participate this week. Hey, Alpha. Tash, really, we only got about 4 or 5 people that spend in this alliance. That, what I would classify as mid to upper mid spenders. MF doesn't really buy anymore. He's semi-retired, and hell, he's got everything. He doesn't need to buy anything. I mean, he could probably craft another 10 legendary blueprint or legendary items without even making a dent in his materials, to be honest with you. So we're not raining gold chests by any means, but we can hold our own against anyone. Sure, I showed them off a little bit earlier. But coming in very recently is overnight. These are new names for me anyway. We got Shira, 85, almost 4, 27 million deads. Chrismix, 85, 4.5, 30 million deads. Meow, 74, 1.8, 22 million. So those are the three new ones that we got in last night. Yeah, he maxes Crystal Tech as quickly as possible, for sure. And usually pre-KvK, he'll train enough troops to get the top spot. Last KvK, he did not do training during pre-KvK because Zenith was right after that. So the Zenith skin is more impactful for him long term than, pre-KvK. Yeah, there's about 4 to 5 of us that generally max our Crystal Tech as quickly as we can. But most everyone else just grinds and grinds and grinds. They're here for every single event. Making sure they're participating and doing forts daily. Bunny. We got a bunny sighted. 453 million power yet. 28 billion kill points. 221 million deads. It's late for him. What, 11 p.m. in Sydney? 10 p.m. in South Korea? Uh-oh, this guy's going by himself. Yeah, last KvK, where are we here? Last KvK I ended with 38.3 million crystals in reserve, which turned into 47,860 conquest coins. Well, Bunny's always been one of the top dead count players in the game. Sorry, responding to some Discord messages here real quick. MF, what did he have? 200, and he's right up there. Keep in mind, last KvK we had no fighting at all, so 225. When playing Rock, there's no such thing as sleep during KvK fights. Yeah, generally there are several points during the KvK where I am up for 24 to 36 hours straight. I really don't see a point in 254, 365 for any fight to be fighting until Kingsland opens. Both sides know they won't be able to lock them out, just wasting resources and speed ups. 254 has not had good fights for about a year. So I can understand them just wanting to keep going, keep draining JST or attempting to drain JST and 365, right? Because 365 was against 1960. I mean, you gotta believe that they used a ton of speed ups and a ton of resources during that fight against 1960 and 1093. And 254 is smart. They know this. So the longer and the more that they can keep 365 fighting, the more resources, the more speed ups they can get them to use, the less they're going to have to use in Kingsland. Where are you going, bunny? Oh yeah, 365 is crazy. Absolutely. 100%. Yep, I mean, I think there's been bad blood between 365 and 254, so I don't see 365 stopping until every troop they have is dead, they're out of resources, and they're out of speed ups. Kingsland opens. Somebody told me the 31st yesterday. No, there's no way for me to tell who clicked like and who didn't. Can I show the map? Sure, we can see the map. I don't even know how many forts are here. It's too many. I lost count when I was counting on my fingers and toes. So we've got the trench warfare over here. We've got the trench warfare over here. If Kingsland opens on the 31st, which is just a couple of days away, it looks like everybody's getting in. So, I think they're kind of holding close to their chest where their entry points will be. JST just built this fort here, so it looks like they're planning to jump the wall here and come straight up this way, or cut off any wall jumpers on this side. I think potentially 846 is positioned to jump a wall here. You got territory hugging the wall over here, up on top. So it's anybody's game though once Kingsland opens. Lambeau, be a gentleman and count the forts for me. How about I play this soundbite for you? If I can find it.
You need to shut the fuck up.
How's that? How's that for counting forts for you? When you look at 1365 deads, they have way less at the moment than 254. They like to not kill so much yet. I don't doubt that's the case though, because 254 has Smash Squad and HMB that are migrating out after this KvK. So they're probably doing a bit more swarming than 365 is at this point to try and drop their power significantly so that it costs them less passports to leave. They can get into the new kingdom, get more people into the new kingdom, so on and so forth. Plus, do you count Yoda's 500 million power drop in those statistics as well? There's no possible way that you would actually deny a viewer's request. Yeah, no, I'm denying your request, Hash. Sorry. You want to count the forts? Feel free, my friend. Feel free. Me and my 6th grade education can't count that high, right? Hey, Histo. How are you doing today? How's the day in Sweden? Yeah, I don't know if it'll let you post a link in here, Ronan. If you want to DM me on Discord, feel free. I know there was some link floating around. Tico was sharing it, and Redline was sharing it, and I just haven't had the opportunity or the desire to search for it. I'm sure it's out there on Facebook or Discord or, but I think I have over 100 Discords on my Discord now. There's 500 forts. I believe Justin probably will go with Smash Squad in the migration. Nice. Bunny is a good indicator on 54 strategy. His power has not dropped much. He usually goes super hard in Kingsland, though, doesn't he? I'll count 1, 2, 69. Wait, did I miss something? I think Fleisch is in Germany, right? I know Electro King is in Sweden. Speaking of Electro King, he does a lot of the graphics you see on my stream. Emojis, overlays, intros, outros, you name it, he does it. If you or anyone in your kingdom is needed graphics, contact Electro King number 1000 on Discord. Fair prices and a very fast turnaround. Not to mention you're supporting a fellow Rise of Kingdoms player and not some random person you've never met on Fiverr. Yeah, I don't doubt Bunny's gonna drop a lot of power toward the end of KvK. He always does. And Mad Mania dropping the Electro King emoji in chat. Thank you, Mad. So that guy just poured it out, and he bets on if Bunny ports in there. I'm broke for cool graphics, so maybe in 6 years. Hey, from time to time, Electro King tells me to give some graphics away on one of my live streams. So just watch, and maybe that day will come where he next says, hey, Lambeau, give away 2 free avatars to anyone who wants them. And we'll do some sort of random spinning, random drawing for names and see what's going on. Innocent Boy, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're conserving power for KvK. I think there's some of that. I think there's some attempt to drain 365 as well. Otherwise, like somebody else was saying, why continue to fight this World War I trench warfare where you're making an inch of progress here and there? Tash says, I wanted to migrate to 1254 before, but now with red quitting and all the other BS, maybe not now. I think we'll have to see what happens. You know, I'm sure they will still get a ton of quality migrants to their kingdom. Is Bunny going to continue playing? How's the leadership going to look in that kingdom after this KvK is over? You know, those are still questions that I think need to be answered. But, you know, no matter what happens, I think they will retain good leaders in the kingdom and they will stay strong. You know, maybe not as strong as they have been as a top super Imperium kingdom, but they will still be contenders for each and every KvK that they are in. And that's the thing. Lilith, I think, is trying to get away from these super Imperium kingdoms. Step one was the Autric rewards, where you could only give 240 away to your kingdom at the end. Step two, you know, they come out and they say they're trying to reduce lag. Step three, they send an email that says, okay, we might limit the number of players who are allowed to participate in a KvK from any given kingdom. Step four, they release the Warriors Unbound KvK, where they only allow 2 Imperiums to compete in that KvK to begin with, as evidenced by the 1960 2489 KvK and 1307 1093 KvKs, right? You know, so I think they are taking steps to reduce the lag, like they said, but those steps are to reduce the number of players in a given KvK rather than potentially upgrade and continue to work on the code to make it a much smoother gaming experience for everyone. That's just my take on the situation. I may be way off base here. You know, is it an attempt to reduce the lag by restricting the number of players that can participate in a KvK, making maps that only 2 Imperiums can play on at a time? Or is it an attempt to get us to go and play the other similar game that has recently been released by their marketing company? Maybe it's not their marketing company, maybe it's the coders, I don't know. Lego Call of Dragons. You know, only God knows. Only God knows. Time will tell. I don't plan to leave this game at anytime soon myself. I am still having a good time playing with these guys in 1029. Red might play the game and maybe migrate to 1960. He doesn't know if he's really quitting because he's waiting until the end of KvK. I think he said this during live stream one day. I can't remember. And, you know, I've told Redline this before as well. If he wants to just chill and have fun and play the game on his terms, when he wants to play the game, no expectations to spend, no expectations to zero himself every KvK, he's welcome in 1029. You know, he can come on, he can fight when he wants to fight, he can chill when he wants to chill. You know, he doesn't have to stay online for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week fighting. The door is open. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we were talking about that in a chat one day where Mimi needs to buy less handbags and focus more on KvK. And what was it? 20 minutes later, Electro King made an emoji and sent it to me on Discord. You know, so. Anyone know whether it's top 150 or 300 power for seed level? I'm pretty sure it's top 300. And welcome, John Wee. MEG, who's winning? It's Lilith is winning. Lilith is winning. because it's pretty much a stalemate right now. Nobody's making any real strides forward. When 365 has uptime, they're burning a couple flags. When 254 has uptime, they're burning a couple flags. You know, we can see 365 is building yet another fort here. Nemesis, yes, we do get fights as a D seed. Typically, every time a pass opens, we'll fight for a good 24, 36, 48 hours. And then there's kind of a little lull in the action until the next pass opens. Our last KvK was our first one ever as a D seed where we did not get any fights whatsoever. The enemy avoided us completely. And when I say avoided us, I mean they took the pass to get into the Shrine of Ra so that they could get the first occupation rewards for the pass. And then they disconnected their territory. They didn't even come and kill AFK troops there. Every time we took a pass into a zone that was contested, they left. We free burned everything. They had maybe 1 or 2 cities left behind that we were able to burn. When Kingsland opened, they took the pass into Kingsland to get the rewards for it, then disconnected from it. They didn't build a single flag into Kingsland. Our last KvK, a normal KvK for me, I get 1 billion to 1.5 billion kill points. Anywhere from, well, we can look. I got some deads. I got some deads here saved. I mean, this is in a D kingdom, right? So this was 6.7, 6.8, 2, 4.3. So, I mean, that's not bad in a D kingdom. But yeah, our last enemies were just dog shit. I think the Nile map I don't mind the map. I think it's a decent map. It's a good map for your C and your D kingdoms. It's not huge. It allows for fighting to take place, but like any map, you have to have an enemy that's willing to fight. I mean, any of these KvK maps, and there's another flag going up by 365. Any of these KvK maps, if you have an enemy that doesn't want to fight, all they got to do is stay in their starting zone. You know, they don't have to come out. You know, so it's not necessarily. I don't blame the map. I blame the enemies. MIB, what's going on? Only Farmer, good morning. If you guys don't know Only Farmer, he is another content creator. He's got a channel out there too, puts out content, goes live. Good guy. Go subscribe to him. You know, us small streamers got to stick together and promote each other. So there's a link to his channel in chat. Jump over there and give him a subscription if you don't mind, please. All right, Tesh. Have a good night. Sleep well, sleep fast. Logan, I'm doing well. How about yourself? My question is why though? What do you mean? Why to what? Did I miss your question earlier? Sorry, eh? New subscriber, one bubble. Thank you. I mean, anyone that's new here and that's subscribed, I thank you greatly. Sometimes the notification pops up on screen, sometimes it doesn't. So I try to read off everyone's name who comes through as a new subscriber. But if I missed you, say hey in chat, and we'll acknowledge you there because that alert doesn't always pop up. I like this song, kinda. Yeah, most Rise of Kingdoms content creators seem to play that rave techno type music. That's just not my deal. I prefer more of a hard rock, heavy metal type playlist. So I do use what is it called? Epidemic Sound, which has copyright free music on it. I have a subscription there. In the in the video description, there is a link to Epidemic Sound. If you do go there and try it out, you get 30 days for free before they actually start billing you. I think it's $9.99 a month. If you do start paying for a monthly subscription, I get a month free. So, hey, if you're interested, head over there and check it out. I don't like rock. Okay, well, then you probably won't be going to check it out. 1254 getting wrecked. Keo, currently, it appears to be their slower time, and JST and 365 is taking full advantage of it. But I mean, you go back, you rewind 4 days ago, everything 1254 touched was on fire, so it's kind of back and forth. Neither of these kingdoms has what I would call a serious downtime, but they do have a time where they are more active than other times of the day. It's just a matter of which of these kingdoms takes better advantage of that activity time so that they can push and burn here and there. Either way, 1254 getting wrecked or 365 getting wrecked, it's giving me something to stream during the day today while I have the day off. Otherwise, y'all would see me doing barb forts and farming gems, and I don't think that's fun for anyone. It's not even fun for me, right? Right, rock music, right? Rock music, not the game rock music. Let me say this though, it really annoys me how people call Call of Dragons COD. COD is Call of Duty, not Call of Dragons. It has been Call of Duty for years and years. COD, COD, Call of Duty. You want to call Call of Dragons COD or COD? Take a reality pill. Just call it Dragons then or something, you know? Just a observation. Precisely. I mean, I dabble a little here and there in Warzone, you know, a game or two here and there, nothing super serious. When I need to blow off some steam, I'll jump in a game. I don't do ranked or anything crazy like that. But after 20, 30 years on a keyboard, you know, my hands start to cramp up if I'm playing those first-person shooter games for more than an hour or two. And switching to controller is not an option for me. I tried playing those first-person shooters on a controller when I didn't have a PC and my kids had Xbox One, and no. Keyboard and mouse is much easier for me, I find. I was getting schooled playing first-person shooters by 5-year-olds when I was trying them on controller, so at that point in time I said, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Pretty weird for Lilith to intro COD. It cannibalizes its own customers. Here's what I think, right? And this just okay. So I work in a software company. Now, granted, the company I work for makes software for health insurance companies, enrollment claims and billing software. But if I think to modify this game, Rise of Kingdoms, and make it so it's relatively lag-free would probably require an entire code rewrite. You know, they would have to start from scratch and go back to the drawing board and start from the beginning, in my opinion. And it was much easier for them to just start a new game and write the code correctly in the first place. You know, so I think just because they've done so much with this game over the last 4.5 years, and I'm sure they've had developer after developer come in, and there's always going to be differences in how a development team does programming, how individuals do programming. You know, and I know just based on the software I work with every day, there are differences in how the coders do things. You know, so you may go to fix one thing and break 6 other things because the code is so intertwined at this stage of the game. So I think the only way they could really indeed fix what's broken in this game, and the thing people complain about most, in my opinion, is the lag, is to start from scratch and start a whole new game, which seems to be what they've done. And a lot of what they are doing in the announcements that they're coming out with in this game seem to be to try and reduce the player base in Rise of Kingdoms in hopes that they go and play Call of Dragons. But that's my tinfoil hat. That's my conspiracy theory. Wow, that rally did not last long at all. Well, it looks like there's only like 5 people in it. So that's just, you know, my theories, my conspiracy, my instincts. That's just what it tells, what everything tells me, right? Only farmer. I'm so bad at controller for shooting games. I can only use keyboard and mouse. See, I'm not the only one. Dan, his hand is sore from planting out in the garden yesterday. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys know Dirty Dan, right? He's another content creator. And I forget if the command to get his link on the screen is Dirty or Dirty Dan, but we'll see in a second here. He has started playing a game that is very, very similar to Rise of Kingdoms called Viking Rise. Something I dabbled in a little bit too. I think I got to like City Hall 8, City Hall 9. But it must just be dirty then. You know, go check out his content on the game Viking Rise. Maybe give it a download, give it a try. If you're looking for something similar to Rock, it's a lot. I think Viking Rise is a lot more similar to Rise of Kingdoms than Call of Dragons is. I mean, they pretty much took Rise of Kingdoms and dropped Viking skins on everything, and renamed a bunch of stuff. So it seemed like a pretty nice game. I just don't have the time to invest into playing 2 games at this point. If I quit Rock, I'm not going to Call of Dragons. There is no way I'm going to waste so much time and money again. I'll probably go back to FPS games. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I were to quit playing Rock, I would probably go back and, you know, play through Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3 and, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2. I could play through that time and time again. That game is fantastic. I've got Dying Light 2 that I still need to play through. And then, you know, there's always games that I enjoy playing, like City Skylines, you know, like Madden. So there's a ton of good games out there. It's just Rise of Kingdoms has taken up the majority of my gaming time for the past 4 years. And very few people want to see me streaming City Skylines. Or I did one Hogwarts Legacy stream, and I think I had 18 viewers. You know, so. And I'm still having fun. I'm still having fun with this game. I'm having fun streaming to you guys. I'm having fun chatting with you guys. You know, that's why I started a YouTube stream. I don't like editing videos. Be straight up and honest and out front with that, which is why I do a lot of live streams. But I like the interaction with you guys. I like hanging out with you guys, the talk, the banter. MIB says, Call of Dragons feels like it's more time consuming than Rise of Kingdoms. I quit after just a few days. I didn't even download it. You know, there are lots of content creators who are streaming Call of Dragons stuff, like Clado and Beast, and you know, I'll see them streaming. I'll go drop a like on the stream. But I really don't stick around much to watch it. Yeah, let us know how that goes, Only Farmers. That seems like fun. I don't know how VR would work for me. I have an issue with my eyes where I always see double. Right? So 24/7 I see double. So I have double vision all the time. My eyes, my brain, whatever it is, can't bring the images together, right? So, I mean, I know exactly where things are. Just I'm 52 years old, right? I can reach out and touch a point. You know, I know where it is just from experience and time. I have no restrictions on driving or anything like that, but that kept me out of the Air Force when I was younger. So I don't know how a VR headset would quite work when I see double vision all the time. But hey, maybe we'll give it a shot down the road here. I don't know that there's action anywhere else on this map, which is why we're kind of sticking at this spot here. Scroll around quick, see if we see any diamonds running around or fighting anywhere. Yeah, we got people over here hitting barbarians. Y'all are killing it today. So far, 43 likes, 55 watching. If you're hanging out there and you're not yet subscribed, hey, it's 100% free. Hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying the content, press that like button. Greatly appreciate it. Helps me out greatly. The more subscribers, the more likes we get, the more my content gets put in front of other people in the YouTube algorithm. The more people then will be hanging out in chat, having fun with us, right? Quick map overview status. Sure, let's do that quickly. We are in World War I, where the trenches have been drawn. You see a line of forts here on the left side of the map. We see a line of forts here on the right side of the map. With Kingsland opening on the 31st. At least that's what somebody told me yesterday. It looks pretty much like everyone's getting into Kingsland. So the next big battles will be in Kingsland. And those should be somewhat intense here. Like the first few days of this zone opening. That will be a hell of a sight to see. Imagine a KvK between 1069 and 1420. Yeah, exactly, Dan. It's basically a stalemate. I mean, when 365 has their active time, they're pushing just like they are right now. When 254 has their active time, they're pushing just like, you know, they're burning what they can. It's just nobody's making much progress because of the fort walls. Just a reminder as well, guys, if you have not done so yet on YouTube, make sure you are able to accept gifted memberships. From time to time, when we hit a certain like count, I'll drop some gifted memberships in chat. We do have fantastic supporters who come in from time to time as well and drop gifted memberships in chat. So make sure you've enabled those for when that happens. What does membership get you? That gets you access to a private message board on my Discord server. It also gets you access to some cool emojis like those I'm going to drop in chat right now. The more members we have, the more custom emojis we can have. So consider signing up as a member. Just a steering contest now. This flag is burning. Whose flag is this? SH4, is that? Okay, that's 1365. Yeah, we're building a fort here. Yes, I typically farm gems with my main account and farm resources with my 10 farms. Rather low on gems right now because the VIP shop was last night. I bought all the materials out of there, the engineering, the leadership gear, or the leadership blueprints, and the 20 gold heads. For those of you that missed it, yesterday we did a live stream. We did testing on Dito. This morning I put out a video with just a quick 3-minute video showing all the reports from our testing yesterday. But we've got Dito and ZL all done. All done. I am ready for war. Which may be coming quite soon because we were offered Heroic Anthem and Siege of Orleans in this KvK pop-up. So our leadership team is discussing. We will probably, I think, do Heroic Anthem. What was Yoda earlier when we checked, guys? 1.2? Oh, he's right here. Yep, 1.27. So he's dropped, what is that? 5 million? 5 million power? 5 billion power? No, it's 500 million. Good morning. More coffee, please. Dropped 500 million power. I think his kill points were right around 8.5 billion. Now he's at 11.6 billion. So he's been putting in some work. A leader in my kingdom said he was going to go on a walk in real life. I told him touching some grass, and I'm going to get zeroed. What? Yeah, if you're in the same HA as us, Dan, definitely hit up Cat, hit up our R5. Always looking for good allies. I did several diplomacies with 1029 when I got here, so that flag just repaired though. Time to rally. I'll do diplomacy if they need me to, for sure. But if they have others that are willing to do it, then I kind of try and take a back seat. There are times when I have no filter. I say what I mean, and some people don't like that. Some allies don't like that. If they need to be called out, I will call them out, and sometimes it's in a more direct and to the point manner than diplomacy requires. What's up, Lion? Oh, that was back in season 3. Those were the glory days of Osiris League before they dumbed it down. And when I say dumbed it down, once they made it so people could teleport with troops on the map, it kind of made it easier for the masses. And back in season, oh my goodness, they just swarmed it. They didn't even try and defend it. Back in season 3, right? You had to have all your troops back in your city before you could teleport. It required a lot more planning, a lot more strategy, a lot more timing. It was very challenging. I remember getting my butt chewed several times by John Wick, telling me that my troops should have been dead 2 minutes ago so that I could teleport, and now somebody else was getting my teleport because I wasn't ready. You learn real fucking quickly when you get chewed out by John Wick on Discord. Dan, we're a D seed. So we have about 9 billion total power. 7.8 billion of that is in a single alliance. You're too old to know what just kidding means? JK? Sometimes I gotta ask my kids what some of that stuff means. I'm not gonna lie. I'll get a direct message on Discord, and I'll be like, son, what does this mean? What's worse, right, is I work in a business environment, right? So you would think people sending you like instant messages on Skype or Microsoft Teams, you would think that they would be more business-like. But no, I'll get these younger people sending me messages, G2G, and it's like, okay, why are we using text talk in a business setting? To be honest. Hey, I for sure know what STFU means. You're a B right now, trying to get down to, well, the Heroic Anthem doesn't have a lot of people signed up for it. Only 68 are registered. Even if we wanted to do Siege of Orleans, I think they're at their limit. Oh, okay. Last night when I looked, it said like 120 out of 120. But they could. Who knows what Lilith would do. Typically in a D-Seed kingdom, we see 20 different kingdoms in a Heroic Anthem, 5 in each camp. But, they could throw us in with Bs, they could throw us in with Cs. We don't care. We just want to fight and have fun. Gotta go. I do not know what that means. To me, Histo, that looks like you sneezed and pressed a bunch of keys on the keyboard. Should you Strife for the 8? Hell no. Strife for the 8, C and DC kingdoms, you get 32 kingdoms in the 8 camps. 6 per camp. What does that mean? That means that there are generally 1 to 3 coalitions, well, 3 coalitions to start with until you can get down to 2. That means somebody always gets their panties in a bunch when they're not included in a coalition that takes, one of the passes. Because they didn't get the 500 gems and 3 hours of speed up, so they get butthurt about it. Then they whine and cry and bitch and moan the rest of the KvK that we're not being fair and rewards aren't being distributed equally, and their players are missing out on rewards, and therefore they're not going to fight and they're not going to listen and blah blah blah. Strife of the 8, it's a good map. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of fighting in Strife of the 8 map, but at the same time, way too many kingdoms to have fun, because you spend all your time doing diplomacy, trying to calm people down because they didn't get their reward for the pass being taken, or they were excluded from this, or they don't have access to this bastion or that bastion, or it's not worth it. It's not worth the aggravation. Just came out of the Chiz restart, 875 KvK, but might queue up to guarantee we can queue for HA. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of our dilemma. We just got 3 more migrants in last night, got like 6 or 8 in the past 2 weeks, and they're low on resources. So I'm sure they would prefer that we skip a time or 2, but we don't want to skip and not get offered Heroic Anthem again. Yeah, precisely. And welcome to the stream, X. Yeah. I mean, there were even Heroic Anthem. There was one Heroic Anthem where as soon as the map opened, we saw who our allies were in the same camp. We set up chats. We started chatting with 2 of the other 3 allies that we had in the same camp. Or no, we had 25, 10, 15 with 4 of the 5. Excuse me, 3 of the 4 allies we had in another camp. We started chatting with the other camps and the leadership in the other camps, and 3 of us agreed on who we would ally with. Well, 14 hours later, the other kingdom in our camp that had not said a damn word for nearly 16 hours came out and said, well, we don't want to ally with them. You didn't ask us. You're disrespecting us. It's like, okay, well, even if we didn't ask you, the other 4 kingdoms in this camp, in this starting zone, agreed to ally with, I think it was Earth Camp. So we already told them we would. We're gonna stick to that arrangement. So they proceeded to call us stool heads, which I assume the Chinese words translated to stool heads. I assume it should have translated to shitheads. And then MF told them to stop, and they basically told MF, who the fuck are you? You're nobody. And we're like, okay, whatever, take a look at his profile. They came back 5 minutes later and said, fuck you, if we can't ally with who we want to ally with, then we're going to fight you when the map opens. And we said, okay, bring it on. So as soon as the map opened, we were in civil war. Needless to say, we zeroed a bunch of their cities. We took down their fort as quickly as we possibly could. And they had no territory in KvK at all. When the first passes opened, we went through. They tried to drop a fort behind us. We went back. We burned their fort. And, I mean, they were not on the KvK map at all. You're going to insult us. You're going to tell MF he's shit. You're going to tell us that you're going to fight us as soon as we come into the starting zone and we call your bluff and destroy you? Get fucked, motherfuckers. So, we've had some fun KvKs, and we still won that KvK. That was one of the more fun KvKs that we've had because we were fighting from day one. That was Kingdom 1460, if anyone is curious. Now, I know after that KvK, many of those players migrated to other kingdoms. I don't blame them, but hey, it was a fun time. Hey, Grape. Cutie Isabel, welcome to the stream. This is still a stalemate in this KvK. The battle lines, I think, have been drawn. There's nobody, I think, that is going to get through the fort wall of the opposing team before Kingsland opens on the 31st. So, a lot of this field fighting is just kind of posture, try and drain enemy of resources, try and drain enemy of speed ups, bragging rights, that type of thing. When 365 has their active period, they're pushing 254 and 254's allies. When 254 has their uptime, which is probably in 4 hours or so, they'll start getting more and more active. They'll do the same. They'll start pushing the JST 365 folks. The thing is, when they build a flag, they drop a fort. They build a flag, they drop a fort. I was joking earlier. I ran out of fingers and toes to count. I don't know how many damn forts this is here, and same thing over here. Just craziness, absolute craziness with the forts. Just shows how active these kingdoms are. That those alliances and sub-alliances have all the credits that they have just to drop all those forts. My goodness. Appreciate you all hanging out. If you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, would you? It's 100% free. Costs you absolutely nothing. Helps me out tremendously. This is a rare daytime stream for me. At least it's daytime here. It's 9:03 a.m. Normally I am working at this time of day, but today is Memorial Day, so we have the day off today. I checked my work email this morning, and I had nothing urgent, immediate that I had to attend to on a day off, so I said, screw it. Let's fire up a live stream. We're actually taking a day off today. Yay. New Jack, what's going on? Inferno is here as well. Blazin'. To be fair, we haven't had a fort drop in a long time. Yeah, I mean, I think pretty much everyone is just kind of licking their wounds, healing their hospitals, doing what they can to get ready for Kingsland at this point. A lot of this fighting now is just ego-driven. But like we were discussing earlier, 254 hasn't had a fight in over a year. They want to fight, right? So 365 came out of a KvK against 1093 in 1960. So the more 254 fights, the more resources that 365 consumes, the more speed ups that 365 consumes, the greater potential there is for a 254 victory in Kingsland. I will say the style with the Ox skills, we've used so many resources, it's crazy. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I mean, some of the combinations I see in this KvK are just absolutely mind-blowing. But those Ox skills will do it every time, right? And here we go.
Fight!
$15 billion total? Or 15 billion of a single resource? So what, like 3.5 billion of each? A little more? That's crazy. That's crazy. Hans, new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, sir. Appreciate that. Those subscriber alerts don't always pop up, so if you're new here, be sure and say hello in the chat. Andrew says if we can be honest, a lot of these alliances are being kept active by resource sellers. 960. One Alliance Wales dropped ridiculous amount of forts against 365 last KvK. I'm not going to argue with the fact that there are resource sellers out there. Absolutely 100% there are. It is cheaper and more efficient for a lot of Krakens to buy resources than it is to farm resources. I have 10 farms. I farm all my resources. There was one time I purchased resources that was a year and a half ago when I first got to 1029 and we were going into a KvK very quickly. I have not needed, I didn't even need to do it. I just did it as a backup precaution. I wanted those resources on the off chance that I ran out during KvK. So I'll admit it. I purchased resources once a year and a half ago from a resource seller. Have never ever had to again. But yeah, I mean, a lot of players that are getting, you know, the 10, the 20, the 30, the 40 billion kills. That's about the only option that they have. You know, buying those bundles that Lilith has only gets you so many resources. So until Lilith does something about it, it's part of the game. 30 million kills in 15 hours? That's sexy, Blazin'. That is damn sexy. Thing is, 254 has been waiting to fight for ages now, so it's like the storm rising before Kingsland. Exactly. Hey, hello from 1952. What's going on, Hans? So, I mean, until Lilith cracks, and, you know, honestly, I have friends that have had their farm accounts banned for a year by Lilith. And I know damn well that they do not use bots to farm, that they do not use multi-sync to farm. They're just running multiple BlueStacks to support their farmers. You know, so I think whatever algorithm Lilith is using to determine who's botting and who's farming and this is whacked. Because you know darn well there are resource sellers in some of these big kingdoms supplying people with resources for money. And it seems like they're getting away with it in these big kingdoms, yet we have legitimate players getting banned, getting their farm accounts banned because the algorithm has detected blah, blah, blah. You don't need to farm anymore. You got like 80 billion in 1029. No, I still keep my farmers going. I mean, the only time I'm not actively setting out my farmers is generally when I'm live streaming. Me personally, there's no reason resources should be that expensive anyway. People will spend on speed ups and gems to keep fighting. Plus, it would help F2P on a low spender stay in the fight longer. Yeah. I mean, the resources Lilith sells are crazy expensive compared to some of these resource sellers out there. IMAP, what's good? Cracking on a diet, you get more value buying resources than wasting your time farming. How many farms do I have? I have 10 farms. I have 4 on this email address, and then I have 2 instances of BlueStacks that I have 2 separate email addresses on with 3 farms on each of those. And Anjing, that's a good question. I be honest with you here, I'm not really the one to answer that question. If anyone in chat can help. Question is, what is the minimum for Scipio Prime for a free-to-play? For it to be playable is 5511 OK. And the reason I'm not the one to answer that question is because I honestly, I don't use commanders, I don't test commanders until I have them expertise. Make gem nodes in KvK level in the home kingdom. That's an excellent suggestion. So many Lilith and developers play the game in big kingdoms, they can easily know who is buying and selling, but they won't do anything. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. Yeah, I mean, for a while now I've been saying, you know, we need to have higher level barbarians. We need to have higher level forts in home kingdom. You know, after a kingdom completes KvK 1, you know, move those 6, 7, 8, and 9 level barb forts. Move those higher level barbarians back to the home kingdom. After they complete KvK 2, after they complete KvK 3, you know, move those higher level forts and barbs back to the home kingdom. You know, give them something to do in the off season other than twiddle their thumbs and circle jerk. You know, so, you know, and potentially every fort you hit, you get 5 crystals. Every barbarian you kill of a higher level, you get 1 crystal. You know, give people the opportunity, give the low spender free-to-play player an opportunity to farm crystals in the home kingdom so that they can use them going into Season of Conquest. That's my thought. You know, that's my idea. Great. You know, the other thing is, I think the other day we were talking about the siege skin for being in Osiris League. Why is it a siege skin? Why is it any skin at all? Why not make it a choice skin where a player gets to choose? Do I want a 5% siege skin, 5% infantry skin, 5% cavalry skin, archer skin? Or do I want to pick something different? Maybe a 3% training skin or a 3% healing skin. You know, give them a choice. I think you would see people competing a lot harder if it was a rare skin that they could choose rather than, hey, here's a siege skin we're going to give to the top 32. Whoop-de frickin' do. Who wants a 5% siege skin? $5551 is fine. Thank you. Thank you, Pete. Andrew says 5551. Hey, Goose. Hans has 7, thanks to BlueStacks Sync Lifesaver. I hope you don't run multi-sync, though. That will potentially get you busted for botting. Who's winning right now? It's a stalemate. You know, we still have fort walls on both sides of the map. Right now, JST is pushing TR. You know, right now, JST has got the activity, and 254 does not. About 4 hours from now, that'll be reversed, and 254 will probably have the activity, and 1365 will be in their slower period. They need to do a 7K all troop type city skin. I could see that. That'd be nice. Lilith is winning this KvK. Lilith is winning this KvK. No, it's just a stalemate. You know, right now, 365 is winning because it's their uptime and it's 254's slower period. 4 to 6 hours from now, we might say something exactly the opposite. 254 might be winning because it's 365's slower period. But yeah, it's going to be a stalemate until Kingsland for sure. I mean, honestly, I've never competed in Zenith myself. You know, the only legendary city skins I have are from winning Season 3 of Osiris League. I've got a Archer Attack 10% and a Troop Training 3% skin. And then Topaki Palace, which is Archer Defense 10% and AP Recovery 5. You You know, I don't have any of the Zenith skins. Every time I've tried to push for a Zenith skin, when I was in Big Imperium Kingdoms, like 1039 or 1052, I got screwed last minute. You know? So I have not pushed for a Zenith skin since then, because I don't want to blow through all my resources, all my speed up. Well, okay, yeah, granted, I'm not going to blow through all my resources, but I don't want to blow through all of my speed ups to possibly get screwed out of a city skin and then not have speed ups for KvK. You know, it's more important to me to support my friends in the Alliance and the Kingdom, be able to fight in KvK, than it is to have a city skin. You know, a lot of players I've seen, they'll push hard for Zenith, throw everything they have at getting a Zenith skin. They'll get the Zenith skin, and then they'll be out of resources and out of speed ups and can't fight in KvK. Well, what freaking good are you doing the Kingdom if you do that? Absolutely none. AJ, welcome. I would like 302 to get the Zig. If 254 wins, they're the MVPs of this KvK. That initial fort wall that they built, and the fact that they even got into this zone, they did a hell of a job. Hell of a job. Zenith has gotten stupid. 15% skin. Everyone goes mad, even for attack skins. Makes no sense, even in C and D continents. And that's what'll kill a C or a D kingdom, right? You know, if you have one player that goes absolutely apeshit for a Zenith skin, or 2 or 3 players even, and they can't fight in KvK, that's gonna kill you. That's gonna kill you. But the city skin looks good. I agree. Some of these are absolutely sexy. You know, look at this city skin. I mean, that's absolutely sexy. Even this one, an older one, right? Beautiful, beautiful. But I'd rather be able to help my alliance and help my team in fighting KvK than have something pretty on my city to look at. Yep, 100% X. TR just doesn't have the numbers right now. $74 million here, 96 million there. $118. So when this flag goes down, think they'll swarm this? These 3 cities would be vulnerable. I think this one's potentially swarmed. I agree. I like Twilight Falls. That's kind of badass, right? With the horns on top. That's the next one I get in. I didn't get that KvK 1. So that's the next one I get in the KvK shop. $12.54, getting thin each day. It does seem like they have less and less people fighting every day, right? I see less and less Chisgul streams, Redline streams every day. Maybe they're just saving. Maybe they know. You know, it's kind of pointless right now. Let's just go all out in Kingsland. Maybe that's the strategy. I don't know. I'm sure once Kingsland opens, they're all going to be there. They're all going to be going absolutely crazy. Just like 365 will be. Just like 846 will be. Just like 302 will be. You know, this is many people's last KvK or last KvK in 254, so, you know, they should be going all out. I end up tanking 400k marches as free to play. There you go, Alloys. Yep, Alloys is in 365. If y'all don't know who Alloys is, says both sides are running low and saving for Kingsland. I haven't fought since Saturday. So there you have it. Was he? Okay. So now it's just kind of fighting for fun, fighting for entertainment. We're going to leave you on this open field fight for just a second. I need to jump into the kitchen and get another cup of coffee. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, looks like the coffee machine turned off, so we'll grab a Coke Zero instead, I guess. Hey, Fob, good to see ya. Dynastic Conqueror is my favorite skin. Is that this one here? I don't know by name. You think these guys TP out, or you think they stay and take a swarm or a rally? Jack might stay. I can't see, although J-Ray is probably online. Oh, that's not J-Ray. That's Katrana. JP just poured it up here, so he's probably going to stay for a bit. It's the one with the flaming... Okay. Yeah, there are some that just look fantastic, right? Ah, okay. Here is what Ronan was attempting to share with me earlier. So we'll take a break from the action here for a second. Look at this website. Where we are. Desktop. So what is this? This must be... Oh, that's by kingdom. We don't want by kingdom. We want all. So that's fire. Okay, I see how this works now. Kill points. Makote is in second. One of the JST players, or 1365 players, 4.9 billion kill points gained. Crazy. Here's Yoda at 3.2. Let's look at deads. Makote, 71 million dead. Yoda, 54 million dead. I don't know if this gives us a total, does it? Nope. Maybe it does, and I just don't know how to use it. But this absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. These guys are going off. Hiraku, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. And thank you, Ronan, for the link. Appreciate that. Who is speaking at the moment? Burn them? What's up, Spartan? Witty Motivation. I like the name. Witty Motivation. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, just imagine Makote starting with 550 million power and he has 71 million deads. Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's the first player I know of to pass 300 million deads. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but he's the first player I know of to pass 300 million deads. Wolf. Not much going on here. What's up with you? Giandra says bets 365 will win this KvK. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. I think it's anyone's game. I think they both have strong allies, right? Don't ever count 302 out. But I think 846 has more manpower than 302 does. Man and woman power than 302 does. You know, so if it comes down to 846 and 365 against 1254, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for them. You know, that said, everyone in 1254 is going, from what I understand, balls to the wall crazy this KvK. You know, they want to get migrants in as HMB and Smash Squad leave. HMB and Smash Squad want to reduce their power so that they can migrate to a new kingdom and cost less passports, right? And they would be doing themselves a great disrespect if they didn't go all out after announcing prior to the fighting that they were migrating. I think they would see a lot of backlash from the community if they didn't go crazy after making the announcement prior to the gates open. And I think War Daddy Chad and the rest of the group there that is migrating is going to go, give 110% to this KvK. That's just what my gut tells me. 1945 is the X Factor. You think? Do they even have land in here? I don't know off the top of my head which alliances are even in 1945. Looks like they use their main alliances to drop four. My goodness. How? All of their territory's gray. That's crazy. They're in here somewhere then, probably. My voice is kind of bossy and threatening. I'm sorry. I just don't mean for it to be. But yeah, 365's been putting some work in today. I don't know how far it'll get them, but we had our first pop-up after our last KvK, just come last night. The leadership team is discussing on whether we go into this heroic anthem or we wait. The only reason we would not go in is because we potentially had some migrants come in that still need to gather a few resources. That said, we have several players with resources like mine or above mine even. I have 3 or 4 farms that have a couple billion resources on as well, that we can help our recent migrants if they need it. So, that said, we're looking at our work schedules to see when potentially passes line up and things like that. To make sure it's something we'll be able to go 110% in. After not getting fights in our last KvK, we are very much looking forward to a KvK where we get some fighting. Yeah, HA. I've had the most fun playing HAs. Yes. Now HA, we don't have the best winning record in. You ally with one camp. We've had two out of 4 heroic anthems where the camp we allied with had a civil war in the middle of KvK and left us on our own. So those didn't turn out so well. But in the KvKs that we've gotten a good ally. Who participates, who coordinates with us, who is organized, who fights, we do quite well. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Either way, I just want some fights, man. I should not be at 184 million power. I am much more comfortable around 140 million power. And I'd be happy to even drop to 80 million power as long as I have troops for our arc matches, right? And you get 50% back, so why not kill as many troops as you can? Real quick, I'm going to take a short bio break. I should be back in less than 2 minutes. Enjoy the screen and the music. Oh, that's so much better. I got a new sit-stand desk recently that I can move up and down and stand. I still gotta get a couple longer cables so that they actually move with the desk and don't pull monitors off the desk and stuff. But I think if there's some engineer out there engineering a desk where there's like a urinal in the desk, then gamers would never have to leave their desk setup, right? Will we have migrations open in the future? Any requirements? So we're not accepting any more migrants now, right before this KvK. After this KvK, we may accept a few more migrants. There are no specific requirements. As far as kills and deads go, obviously we like people who have shown a history of fighting, of not being afraid to kill their troops off. If you are interested, you can contact our R5 TSN Cat. It's best to do that on Discord. You can find her through my Discord server, so sign up for that. And just let her know you're interested. She would send you an application to fill out. Basic questions. What's your power? How many troops do you have? What are your kills? What's your experience in KvK? Things like this. Why do you want to leave? Just basic application type questions. Should you pass that written application process, she then sets up a voice interview with you. If you can't do a voice interview, you don't get on Discord, you don't talk in Discord, that type of thing, then yeah, I wouldn't even bother applying. The thing we look for most is people who are going to fit in with our existing players. Kills are a bonus, deads are a bonus, obviously. But at the same time, we don't want to recruit somebody with 20 billion kill points and 300 million deads just to have them be a douchebag and not fit in with the people that are here. Most of us continue to play this game for each other, for the community that we have built, for the friendships that we have built, and we don't want that disrupted. So, talk to Kat. If we're just going into KvK soon, if we're registering for this KvK, it might be a good month and a half before she even gets back to you, to be honest. But she will take the time to go through those applications and interview the individuals she feels are appropriate. It's more about attitude than it is about statistics. Scorpion, you're killing me, dude. That's the second time this stream that you've asked the same question, trying to make me repeat myself. Just rewind about 2 minutes, Scorpion. Rewind about 2 minutes. Hey, we got some TR folks porting up now. One of the rules when people migrate here is they're not allowed to participate and get top 15 in a Mightiest Governor until they prove themselves in battle. You can compete in gold head events, but we ask that people only take first or second in gold head events once per quarter. We like to coordinate gold head events as best we can, so we know who's pushing for first and second place, and everyone else doesn't waste resources and speed ups then pushing themselves. So we try to do things. We have a few people that spend money in this game, including myself, but we don't try to, encourage people to waste resources and waste speed ups and try and do things as efficiently as possible that a small kingdom can do things. Hey, Benji. Having fun, Benji? Are you like alloys? Are you have you not fought since Saturday because you need to save some stuff up for Kingsland? I'm waiting for JS, or I'm waiting for 365 to rally the fort. That's what I'm waiting for here. So MF did go to 365 to play in one of their big KvKs, yes. Which, I mean, 1029 is kind of like our Paradise Island, we like to call it, right? At any point in time, any one of us is free to go and play a KvK in an Imperium Kingdom if we got an itch we want to scratch. Migrate to a friend's kingdom, play a KvK with them. We can do what we want to do so that we all can have fun. So there have been times where like MF and Joker and JPI and Bogogi and Reaper have all gone to 365, played a KvK with them. MF had gotten an account and played a KvK in 254 as well against 556. So, we all want to have fun, right? It's a game. You want to have fun. But I have the most fun just hanging out with these guys, chatting with these guys, fighting with these guys. I've been in Imperium Kingdoms. I've been in big kingdoms before, and just the drama just drags on you. It weighs you down. Need to train some more T4 cast for your 5th March. Ouch. Ouch. What about your 6th and 7th March? Come on, Benji. Come on, Benji. You're slacking. No 7th March yet? Damn, 73 people watching. Tell you what, guys. Let's get to 100 likes by 15 UTC. So that's 17 minutes to get another, what is that, 22 likes. If we get to 100 likes by 15 UTC, I will gift 5 memberships. Okay, so be sure and turn the memberships on for starters to have a chance to get those memberships. And smash that like button. Oh, is that the KvK that Forts disappeared in? I don't even remember. Been so many KvKs. 6th March would consist of Herman and Matilda. That'd be awesome. Herman and Matilda with T1 sieges. I don't think they even let you have sieges in 254, do they? Oh, all the other marches have auxiliary skills of the commanders you would use. See, that's where I think doing this would... Orleans, I don't think, is a map for smaller kingdoms, right? But with all 92 commanders, every single commander at level 60... I only have, let's see, Margaret is 5421, Babur 5313, Tariq is not done, 5233. I don't know as I need to finish him now with Dito coming out. Jan Ziska 5222. I mean, I have very few commanders that, relatively speaking, that are not expertise. So Orleans might be a fun KvK for me to migrate to a kingdom and do once. Lubu, I'm never going to do Lubu. Same with Charlemagne and Wu. But other than that, I've got a shit ton of commanders. Those auxiliary skills would be fun to do. I'm a mid-spinner, Lambeau. Maybe I can go, yeah, just apply with cat. Apply with cat. 14. That was a 1401 KvK against 1077. Hey, thanks guys, new subscribers, boy. I just liked from 6 of my accounts now. Well, okay, appreciate that, but no need to do that. 7th March is more of a hindrance than a help in huge fights. The way marches surround targets when using 7 marches, it always puts 1 to 2 marches in a bad spot. Yeah, that was a couple years back that MF had went to 365 for that KvK. Alloy's working on auxiliary skills now, trying to figure out the best way to do them. Yeah, when you get that third one, that opens up a lot of doors, but then that also limits you with the marches you can bring on the field, right? Orleans is definitely super fun. Honestly, one of my favorites. Alloys, I had Black Panther do mine. Hey, Ralph. I love swarming Alloy's Trajan. Ooh, boy. $85 likes. Y'all are killing it. Another 15 and 13 minutes. And we'll do 5 gifted. You can hit my Trajan, it's just T4. Oh, that was your last KvK? Nice. Nice. Well, it's nice to have you here and watching some KvK action with us. Hopefully it brings back some memories. Rejuvenates that drive to play the game, and maybe you'll make a comeback, right? Look at all the sad faces for 254. Ouch. Ouch. I did, New Jack. I was not happy. I was not happy. So this is the mail he is referencing. The spectator system is going to be disabled during the qualifiers. So no spotters. Nobody will be casting those. The in-game spectator system will be disabled during the playoffs as well. You can watch the live broadcasts on YouTube. So once we get to the playoffs, we're going to have 1 or 2 matches a weekend that we can watch. And those will be decided by Lilith or the content creators that are contracted by Lilith to broadcast those matches. Not a good play. Not a good move. Not a good move. I was planning to cast some Osiris League matches myself this season, but I guess those plans are out of the window. 2 of my marches consist of full T4, Scipio Mehmet and Salo William. Yeah, they answer. I mean, and that's the question we've been asking ever since they told us about this desert sands or sands of the desert or whatever it's called, right? How are people going to cast? How are people going to spectate? But rather than work on a solution for that, let's just, hey, sorry, nobody can do it. They're taking away 1/4 of OL's fun by doing this. Yeah, and honestly, a lot of the fun was watching your opponent's matches and seeing what their strategy was and planning a counter strategy. You know, was trying to get inside their head and figure out, okay, how can we counter this? But now you can't even do that, and they're going to then select which matches they stream. Okay, so what's to say, let's put our tinfoil hat on here, right? Let's put our tinfoil hat on now. What's to say, we're not going to cast any 60 GT matches. We're not going to cast any 1v matches. You know, we don't want to cast those matches and give people an opportunity to see what their strategy is. You know, let's cast these subpar matches between, XYZ and ABC that don't mean a hill of beans. You know, so if there is somebody sitting behind the controls, pushing the buttons, selecting the matches that are going to be streamed, what's to say that if they're in an alliance that makes it to the semifinals, the playoffs, that they're not specifically selecting matches so that their team is not going to be cast during the broadcast and they don't give away strategy. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying here, it needs to be opened up for more streamers to cast what they want to cast, what their audience wants to see, so that there are replays and there are streams out there available for teams to scout other teams. Period. You know, you don't see in UEFA League, or however that's pronounced, in the European football matches, or in the NFL in the United States, you don't see teams that go into a match or into a game without scouting the opponent. That's just unheard of. At the very least, if you're not going to let us spectate, put recordings out there of each and every match so that teams can scout their opponents. That's all I ask. You know, put recordings out there of each and every match so teams can scout their opponents. By being selective in what you stream, it's going to lead to issues. New Jack, you know, if they wanted me to cast for them, I'd be happy to cast for them. I'm not going to sign any contracts that limit what I can say, that limit what I can do, that limit my opinions on the game, that limit what I can criticize them for or have suggestions for. I wouldn't do that. I would not be looking to do it for money. I would be looking to do it for pure joy. That said, I think I swear way too much for them to ever even ask me. Yeah, exactly, Eloise. OL changes are weird. It's always been exciting because you get spectate with friends. 100%. How do you think the Patriots won all those Super Bowls? Yeah, what? Videotape gate? By taping opponents' practices? So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not happy with the Osiris League changes. The new Sands of Time, or whatever it's called, new skills, fine. Okay, fine. No big deal. But the whole no spectate, I think that's going to kill a lot of the excitement people have for the league game itself. I really, really do. You know, and those first rounds of 556, a lot of those first group stages are absolute garbage anyway. Okay? It really doesn't get interesting till you make the playoffs. But again, if they're only streaming 2 out of 16 matches, or, okay, so there are 4 realms, so what is that? 16, 64. If they're only streaming 2 out of 64 matches every weekend, come on now. Hey, Rolf. I mean, how hard is it for them to record each match and have a replay available? They're going to do things to make the competition stiffer. I don't think they're making the competition stiffer. I really don't. I mean, 1960 is still going to dominate. 1V is still going to dominate. You know, those top tier teams are still going to execute. What makes competition better is when you have other teams like TR, for example, or like Rose back in season 3, that can scout, that can watch replays, that can try and come up with a strategy that makes them facing a 60 GT more exciting. Thank you for the subscription, Capotas. You know, I think everyone going into it blind with only a select few matches that you can actually scout your opponent during, I don't think that makes it more exciting. OL has always been about the top 5 to 10% of players or less. Spectating brings in the rest of the community. Now it's literally just for the whales. Nobody else matters at all. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, back in the day, the first season, nobody ever thought OV would win that. You know, you had teams like White Tigers, like JST, like UCS, and 1V came out of, or OV came out of nowhere and won season 1. Season 3 as well. Teams like HKL were absolutely dominating. and OV beat them. We beat them in season 3. Made it in there. 696. We had to play them in the grand finals. Those were 3 tough matches. So I don't know. Imperium changes make it harder and harder for low spenders to have fun in big kingdoms. Spend that money. Says Alloys, the Lilith employee. No, I'm just kidding. You're not. Maybe they will give admin account to sponsored creators and they will cast it. More than likely, that's what happens. But, I mean, how many sponsored creators are there out there? 3? 2? Who's left? Chizgul and Shinshi? You know, and then what happens? You know, if let's just say, say I'm a sponsored content creator and I have the ability, I have an admin account to cast and spectate matches. What's to say that I don't watch matches that I know, I know we're going to face Team ABC in the next round? What's to say I don't go and spectate and record that match privately to replay that for my alliance to make a strategy to counter them? I mean, this is a real slippery slope that they're walking. You know, if all of a sudden my team starts dominating on Osiris League and people know that I have the ability to spectate and stream matches, is it just the one match that I'm able to do that for, the one that I'm casting on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel, or is it every match? How does my team know exactly what the opponent's going to do all the time? I'm just saying. They are walking a slippery slope. And Osiris League is something everybody enjoyed watching. You know, they're killing a lot of streamers who make their living, who get their views by casting Osiris League matches. You know, so the interest is going to die. The interest has been going downhill on Osiris League, I think, since season 3 and 4. You know, there were hundreds and hundreds of people watching matches during season 3 and season 4. Season 5, it started to fall off. Season 6, it fell off even more. And now we're not even going to have any streams in season 7 until we get to the playoffs. And then it's only going to be the 1 or 2 or 3 or, hey, let's say 4 matches that are streamed by official Rise of Kingdoms content creators that are approved by Lilith. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you want to keep growing this game, then, you know, let's explore options on how we can do that rather than limit options. Let's keep people interested in the game rather than reduce people's interest in the game. Just me. And I'll stop my rant now. Y'all got me going again. Welcome back, Histo. At least when I get going on rants, we don't lose many viewers. You guys got 1 minute here. 8 more likes. 1 minute. 8 more likes. We donate 5 subs. Oh, I guess it's 15:01. My clock on the top of my monitor is wrong. I don't think we're gonna make the 100 likes. I tried. It's not for lack of trying, right? Yeah, and okay, so you know there are times where I'll go on a rant like that and not provide solutions. I think I'm going on a rant and providing solutions, right? Record all the matches, make those replays available. People are still going to go watch them, you know, or allow people to cast it. Just keep the fog on the map, you know, whatever. It just it's hard. It's hard to see this game going down a path that I think might not be the correct path. And if Lilith ever wants my opinion or my ideas, I can certainly sit down and discuss them with them. I'm happy to do that. I can do so in a constructive and business-like manner, and I will not use F-bombs. If they want some suggestions of where to take this game, I'm more than happy to have that conversation with them. I would love to do an interview with a developer or with some of their community managers or whatever. That would be fantastic, where we take questions from the community and ask, right? But I think they care more about and I understand it's a business, but it just seems like they care more about making the whales and the krakens happy than they do about sustaining this game long term into the future by making the entire player base buy into the game and buy into what they're doing. 5-minute delay. There you go. There's another excellent idea. Have I ever migrated and regretted it? I can't say regretted is the right word. And whoever subscribed, I heard the alert pop. I didn't catch the name in time. Thank you very much. I don't think regretted is the right word. I think, because if you migrate somewhere and regret migrating somewhere, sometimes it's your own fault. Okay, I'm just going to be honest here. Sometimes people are so quick to think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence that they don't do enough research themselves and understand the leadership structure that's in place, understand the rules that are in place in the kingdom they're migrating to, understand how things work in the kingdom that they're migrating to. So, when you're deciding to migrate to a kingdom, you being interviewed by the kingdom is just as much them seeing if you fit into their kingdom as it is you seeing if they fit into what you want to get out of the game, right? So it's hard for me to say I've regretted going anywhere. Every kingdom I've ever been in, I've learned something and come away from the experience as what I feel is a better player, a better R4, a better R5 in this game. Either learning what to do that works or what not to do that doesn't work. So it's just, a wise man once told me, if you have a problem, take a few minutes, go look yourself in a mirror and ask yourself, what could you have done differently to avoid the problem or avoid the situation? 9 times out of 10, the answer is staring you back in the face, So as much as people are ready and gung-ho and I got to get out of this kingdom sucks, I want to migrate to another kingdom, hey, this kingdom will accept me, let's go there. You got to do your research, because migration is a big deal. It costs a lot of money to migrate. It costs a lot of alliance credits to migrate. And you really want to know and understand what you're getting into. It may be something as simple as making a small-time farm account in that kingdom, and just observing. Look at the Lost Kingdom chat. How many people are whining and complaining? How many people are bitching in Lost Kingdom chat? In Kingdom chat? What kind of emails is the king sending out to the kingdom? How is that chemistry in the kingdom? How do they run their events in that kingdom? Things like that. Kingdom is fine. I miss the gold chests. So, one of the things about being in a smaller kingdom, yeah, you don't get a lot of gold chests, but those that you do go a lot further. Migrated away from the Imperium to play with friends in a smaller kingdom. We'll see how it goes. And it's not all about winning and losing, right? As long as you're having fun, it's a win. And I have more fun playing with a smaller group of friends than I ever did being a nameless voice and a nameless face on a Discord server with 300 people on it. But that's just me. And that's easy for me to say. I've done pretty much everything there is to do in this game, from winning KvKs to winning a Cyrus League. So, I'm just here to have fun. And I'm old. Life is short. The second I stop having fun, it's the second I find something else to do. I found only 2 active D kingdoms in all my migration. Well, I mean, that's the nature of the beast. We have like 45 active players, and they're not all what I would call super active. I mean, I'm on this game from probably 3 a.m. to 8 p.m. on a daily basis. You know, a lot of that time I'm just monitoring for people to request titles or to smash that help button. Or I'm rotating through my farm, sending out farmers, you know. Today I think I ran like 30 forts this morning after I got up. I believe Kingsland opens for this KvK on Wednesday the 31st. I do not know the exact time though. My assumption would be sometime around 15 UTC. Hey, and you know what? We got 103 likes. While we did not hit the requirement of 100 likes by 15 UTC, I'm in a good mood today. It's a 4-day work week. I have today off. So we're going to drop 5 gifted members in the chat. Be sure you are registered to get gifted memberships. Here they come. I only get about 70% of this revenue back. YouTube takes 30%. So this is my gift to you guys. So y'all can use the cool emojis in chat. You can get into the Discord server, get in the private conversation, private members only room. Mad Robert Blue Tea, Just Insane, Noval. Congratulations, guys and gals. UTC is at 15:03. Hey, I was close. That was good. I said right around 15, so that was close. That's close. Welcome to the Touchdown Club, guys. Booked a golf fitting for that day and time. Well, you just show up late to the party. It doesn't mean you can't participate. Yep, for those of you that just got membership, if we see Justin coming to the chat, we all drop that Yoda emoji. Justin, while being a high power player in 254, he is one of the best supporters of the Rise of Kingdoms streaming community. Every time I see him in someone's chat, he's dropping gifted members. He's dropping $20. He's dropping $50. The man and his giving and his generosity have no ends. Sixth of June, Big War, 93 alone versus 307 and 2 other kingdoms. Did the 93 allies on the bottom side get pushed out? Gonna find an airline pilot to help you. When are you adding Go Vikings? I will not be, sorry. Yeah, Justin is like the Mr. Beast of rock, yeah. Yeah, I know 93 took, let's just hop over there, right? Let's look at the 1307, 1093 KvK. So yeah, I mean, this pass was the closest to the 93 side, and then they dropped a fort there, kind of block it. And I'm assuming, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Lion, but I am assuming that 93 took the pass first. You guys got through your level 4 pass before 307 did. And that gave you the ability to drop forts surrounding their pass here. And they couldn't even build down there fast enough to destroy them. That's my assumption anyway. Or somebody in 307 just completely screwed the pooch and didn't drop forts here as soon as they got through. You know, because this is the KvK where you can only build forts by a pass or by a holy site. You know, so maybe they were too focused on getting one of these holy sites and completely forgot about the pass. I don't know, but y'all did a fabulous job just pushing up here, blocking this pass and holding their advancement on this pass. I mean, I think those forts were burning for a little while until you guys pushed up here and are now pushing them out of this zone. Random TPs, that'll do it. That'll do it. It'll be alone versus 3 kingdoms. I mean, past 6, this zone you're sharing with your allies, right? Norrisford. But when you go in here, yeah. None of your allies are going to be able to get in here. Unless I am mistaken. So yeah, Foxton, it's going to be crazy. Going to be crazy. We will definitely be watching that. Yeah, I mean, hats off to 93. Oops, we don't want to do that. Hats off to 93 for their strategy, their activity. I mean, y'all just are super organized. I'm turning into a 93 fanboy. I know. But you got to admire what they've done in pretty much every KvK. Hell, they stopped when I was in 1039. They kicked my ass in KvK 2. All right, Histo, take it easy. You know, so this is 2489 and 1960. I think 89 has still got territory here. I don't know how or why 1960 is allowing that to... Okay, it's burning now. But I think 89 is kind of waiting for these next passes to open so they can get through there, and they'll meet again at some point in time. Because 960's got this pass here. Got this pass here. They're going to have some fun themselves. So Kingsland may very well be the next fight here for 2489 versus 1960, which will gonna be a while. I mean, 960 will probably come in here, but I don't know that... it's my understanding anyway, and we'll put the map up. It's my understanding anyway that it was 1960 versus 2489. And then the other kingdoms on the bottom versus the other kingdoms on the top. Whoever wins 1960 or 2489 is taking the Zig. And whoever wins between the lower seed kingdoms is going to get some other rewards concessions from 1960 or 2489. So it's my understanding anyway that 1960 and 2489 weren't fighting these lower seed kingdoms. Now, that may change if they're not fighting each other in the next zone, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go back to the 254 KvK. Felipe's in 307. He says, wait for that. Good job. Good job, 93. Yeah, we're waiting, Felipe. We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, I got friends in 307. I know people in 93. I know people in 1960, 365. It's, I just call it like I see it, fellas. Call it like I see it. 1029 would not have let me in their kingdom back a year and a half, 2 years ago. I would be in 1307 fighting against you, Lion, because that was my other option. I think right now, if anything ever happens in 1029, these guys decide to quit the game, and I still want to keep playing. You know, as of today, I think I would try my damnedest to get into 1093. I just like the way you all do things. So I don't know that much is going to happen in this KvK for a couple of hours until TR wakes up or has more activity or gets to their uptime. It is currently just after midnight in Korea, about 1:20 a.m. in Sydney. Saudi Arabia, it's 6:19 p.m. London, it's 4:19 p.m. So I think it's going to be a couple hours yet before folks in 254 actually start to push back. That said, I think I'm going to call it for now. We'll maybe fire up a stream later this afternoon. It was a pleasure hooking up with everyone this morning. Felipe, what Lambeau says is true. 93 did a good job in that zone. Now we're waiting for the next change. Fight versus 93. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Just tell Bulba not to use Dragon Lancer and Attila, okay? That's kind of an embarrassment to 307. All right, guys. Once again, we're wrapping up for now. I have the day off. My wife does not. So if I don't get some laundry going, make sure the dishes are done, make sure the kids and the dog are taken care of, I will catch hell when she gets home. So we're going to do that because she will be home in, 2.5 hours. So again, we'll look for me later tonight. I plan to fire up another stream later unless something comes up. Thanks again for joining me today. Thanks for killing it on the likes. Y'all are awesome. We'll see you next time.